Very good morning, dear children. Dear children, we are going to start our geography chapter 4, that is agriculture. Now, children, you might have heard about agriculture and you are already aware of it. Fine. The word agriculture it derived from the Latin words. Fine. Agar or agri. Agri means it means soil and culture means cultivation. Fine. So agriculture means soil cultivation. Fine. Now, children, see this. Now, see, Gurpreet, Matho, and Tina. They were walking through the village, where they saw a farmer tilling land. Now, the farmer told them that he was growing wheat and had just added manure to the soil to make it more fertile. So, you all know that in order to make the soil fertile, the farmers they add manure. Fine. So it can be the organic manure or it can be the chemical one. Fine. He told the children that the wheat would fetch a good price in the mandi from where it would be taken to factories to make bread and biscuits from flour. So now after growing and after harvesting the crops, the farmers they sell the crop in the mandi and from there it is taken to the factories and then the products different sort of products are made like bread and biscuits. Fine. Now, children, this transformation from a plant to a finished product, this involved three types of economic activities. So, these are primary, secondary, and tertiary activities. So, I mean to say that uh, the process from which a crop is processed into some new product so that this transformation it it involves three types of economical activities. So the first activity is the primary activity. Now in primary activities, children, all those connected with extraction and production of natural resources they all come here like agriculture, fishing, gathering. So they are the good examples. Fine. Now if the like in agriculture what we are doing, we are growing crops. Fine. So secondary, in secondary activities what will come, the processing. Whatever we have got from agriculture, whatever crop we have got, so we are going to process it. Like if you are manufacturing of steel, baking of bread, weaving of clothes, so from a crop like wheat you are making a bread out of that. So they are the examples of secondary activities. Now children, the third are the tertiary activities. Now they are going to provide you support, they are going to give support to both primary and secondary. How they will support? Now the product is already made, so now they are going to give support through various services like the product can be transported or they can be traded. So the different sort of services are included like banking, insurance, advertising, and so many things. So they all will come in the tertiary activities. Now children, agriculture is a primary activity, you all know. What all is there in it? Crops, fruits, vegetable, flowers, rearing of livestock, this all is included in the agriculture. Now in the world children, 50% of persons they are engaged in agricultural activities. And children, two-thirds of India's population is still dependent on agriculture in our country. Fine. Now there are different types of things which should be there in order to have agriculture. So what are those things? The soil, the climate, they play a very vital role in the agricultural activity. The land on which the crops are grown is known as arable land. Fine. Now you can see in 4.1 map that agricultural activity is concentrated in those regions of the world where suitable factors for growing crop exist. So all these green area, it has all the suitable factors which enables doing agriculture. Now children, just come to do you know and just see. Now there are, now first is agriculture. There are different terms: agriculture, sericulture, pisciculture, viticulture, and horticulture. So agriculture is the science and art of cultivating the soil, raising the crops, rearing the livestock, that you already know. Sericulture is related to silkworms. So rearing of silkworms, it will come under sericulture. Fine. Pisciculture, it is breeding of fish. Wherever you are breeding them, it can be tank, it can be pot. Viticulture is cultivation of grapes. And horticulture, growing vegetables, flowers, fruits for commercial use. Now farm system. Agriculture or farming can be looked as a system. Fine. Now the important inputs are what all things we require. We require seeds, we require fertilizer, machinery, and labor. Fine. Now some of the operations, they involved the plowing, sowing, irrigation, weeding, and harvesting. All these things are required. So the outputs from the system include crop, wool, dairy, poultry products. So whatever output will come, that will be either it can be crop, it can be wool, it can be dairy, it can be poultry products. So you can see the two types of farm system of an arable farm and the physical and human farm inputs. Whatever is required, see inputs, what you require in input: machinery, seed, and chemical. Then you have to processes, means plowing, sowing, and spraying, and ultimately output what will come, crops. If you see about human inputs, so human inputs include storage, labor, machinery, chemicals, and so many things. And what about the physical inputs? The sunshine is also required, temperature, soil, slope, rainfall. So they are also equally important. Now children comes type of farming. Fine. Now see, you might have heard about organic farming nowadays. So it's a type of farming in which they are using organic manure and the natural pesticides instead of all the chemicals which are used. And children, no genetic modification is done to increase the yield of the crop. So it is all natural. So that comes under organic farming. Types of farming. Fine. Farming is a practice in various ways across the world. So there are different ways of farming. Now, depending upon the geographical conditions, demand of produce, labor, and level of technology, farming can be classified into two main types. So there are two types of farming. First is the subsistence farming, second is the commercial farming. Now we will talk about subsistence farming first. Now this type of farming, children, is practiced to meet the needs of farmer's family. Now the farmer is doing the farming just to meet his needs or family needs. Traditionally, lower level of technology and household labor are used to produce a small output. Subsistence farming can be further classified as intensive subsistence and primitive subsistence farming. So here the farmer is doing farming on a just to meet the needs of the family and his own needs. Now it is further divided into two. First is intensive subsistence farming. Now in that farming, the farmer is cultivating a small plot of land and he is using simple tools but more labor. Now the climate with large number of days with sunshine and fertile soil permits growing of more than one crop annually on the same plot. Now the farmer is getting more than one crop on the same plot of land. Rice is the main crop here. Other type of crops which he can get from that is wheat, maize, pulses and oil seeds. Now intensive subsistence farming, children, it is prevalent in the thickly populated areas where there are a lot of people, of monsoon regions in south. So where it is prevalent? It is prevalent in south area, southeast and east Asia. Fine. Now second type of uh, primitive subsistence farming. So this type of farming includes shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Now you might have heard about shifting agriculture in history chapter. So what was shifting cultivation? Now it is practiced in thickly forested areas like Amazon basins, tropical Africa, then parts of Southeast Asia and Northeast India. Now what these are the areas of heavy rainfall, children. Fine. And quick regeneration of vegetation. So here the vegetation grows very quickly. A plot of land is cleared by felling the trees and burning them. Whatever ash is it, so it is mixed with the soil, and crops like maize, yam, potatoes, cassava, they are grown there. And when the soil loses its fertility, then what happens? The soil is left abundant. It is left, and the cultivators they move to a new plot. So shifting cultivation also, it is also known as slash and burn agriculture. So just look at, do you know, now the shifting agriculture is known by different names in different parts of the world. Jhuming, jhum cultivation, you have heard about it in history. It is in northeast India, Mipla Mexico, Roca Brazil and Ladang Malaysia. Now nomadic herding. Now nomads, those who will not stay at one place, and herding, they are herding the animals. So it is practiced in semi-arid or arid areas of Sahara, Central Asia and some parts of India like Rajasthan, Jammu and Kashmir. Now in this type of farming, the herdsmen, they are moving from place to place with their animal for fodder and water. They have some defined routes on which they are going on. Fine. Now this type of movement, it arises in response to climatic constraints and terrains. Now what type of animals they have? Sheep, camel, yak, goats. They are the commonly reared animals. Now what they provide? Obviously they will provide milk, meat, wool, hide is their skin and other products to the herders and their families. So they are always on a move. Now children, this was, we talked about subsistence farming. Now we will talk about commercial farming. Fine. So in a commercial farming, now that was a farming which was done on a small area. Fine. Commercial farming, these are, in this the crops are grown and the animals are reared for sale in the market. They are not meeting the needs of their family, rather they are growing crops to sell it in the market. Fine. Now the area and the amount of capital is very large. Most of the work, because the area is very large, so most of the work is done by the machines. Fine. Now commercial farming includes commercial grain farming, mixed farming, plantation agriculture, that we will go through it. Now commercial grain farming, crops are grown in for commercial purposes. Just now I have told you, for to sale in the market. So wheat, maize, they are commonly commercially grown grains. Fine. Major areas where commercial grain farming is practiced are the temperate grasslands of North America, Europe and Asia. These areas are sparsely populated. Very less people are living in these areas. With a large farm, the large farms are spreading over hundreds of hectares. Severe winters restrict the growing season, and only a single crop can be grown because of they have severe winters, so they don't grow much crops, they just grow one crop. Fine. Now what was mixed farming? That is commercial. You are growing the crops in a very large area. Now then mixed farming. Now in the mixed farming, the land is used for growing food, fodder, and rearing animals. Three things are done here. They are growing food also, they are growing fodder also. Fodder crops, food and fodder crops, two types of crops. Plus, they are rearing the livestock as well. So, it is practiced in Europe, Eastern USA, Argentina, Southeast Asia, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. Last type is plantations. So you might have heard about plantations. It is a type of commercial farming where single crop like tea, coffee, sugarcane, cashew, rubbers, banana or cotton they are grown. Fine. Large amount of labor is required, children. Large amount of capital is also required. But the produce may be processed on the same farm, or it can be the produce can be processed in the nearby factories. The development of a transport network is thus essential for such a farming, so they need transportation. Major plantations are found in the tropical regions of the world. So rubber in Malaysia, it is grown in through transplantations, plantations. Then coffee in Brazil, tea in India and Sri Lanka. They are the common examples of plantation crops. So children, this was all about the topic. Thank you and have a nice day.